Good morning, Supervisors. My name is Eric Previn. I am the county resident from District 3. And this item 1H is the 5-year plan for the Housing Authority that we are to check in. And this is the deployment of some federal dollars and money toward our housing programs. And one of the concerns is this is the same group that had a RFP for some rental cars for their group, and that went very wrong. And the supervisor from the 5th District, Mayor Antonovich, asked to get a look back at that, and now it is many sort of months later, and there has been no update on that. And we really wanted to get a sense of what specifically went wrong with that RFP, that only one rental car company would respond to a request for qualifications for this kind of a very, very obvious contract here in Southern California, the land of the automobile. So that's one concern. The other concern is that it's Section 8 housing, which of course is can be a very important piece of people getting affordable housing. Ran into those lawsuits out in the valley where in Palmdale and Lancaster they were driving around in rental cars, actually enterprise rental cars, picking up characters and doing investigations that it was found, everybody agreed, let's not move forward with this going forward because there's some constitutional issues. Both sides claimed a victory, but it was a terrible story for those members of the public who are observing this kind of thing. My final piece about the Housing Authority is that they hand out a lot of repair money for some of these facilities, and the manner in which they do it does require our scrutiny, our careful scrutiny. I looked at just a kind of a spot audit of one contract that was objected to by a contractor. The contractor was effectively told, "You're not gonna have a chance to question this. Just roll over." Effectively, the guy did roll over. And it was given to a usual suspect. By usual suspect, I mean probably a reasonable firm, but nonetheless, there's something very wrong with the system. And Supervisor Yaroslavsky does have an item that deals with the way we do RFPs here in the county coming up later, and that's been delayed 90 days too. So I'm just very concerned that we're looking askance from some of the harder issues that we need to resolve. I would ask that the board, as they consider this 5-year plan, consider what we can do really to make sure that as the redevelopment dollars that everybody understands have now evaporated largely, are replaced by other things. We have to watch very closely because it's Aung Suu Kyi from the Myanmar who I think talked about how corruption is not about power, it's when people are losing power that issues of corruption come up. So that's a paraphrasal, obviously, but I'd really ask you to take a good long look. This is important stuff and it needs oversight. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Next speaker, please.